Hey, what's
Yeah. And when you cross that line on the podcast, you better come correct, don't come half-assed. Talk slick, you'll get checked real fast. This ain't a game, boy, your moment won't last. Cause your butt is grass and I'm the lawnmower. Turn tough talkers into no-showers. I don't talk family, I don't speak on your wife. Keep it clean, keep it right, this is real life. See, I was raised with code,
Sorry, I didn't know you
raised
got
with
here.
pride. Never needed fake heat or dirt to ride. Don't ever disrespect me, nah. Don't try, I am who I am, and that's why I fly. I'm different, cut from a cloth you can't stitch. No gimmicks, no cap, no switch. You bark loud, but I bring that bite, and I won't back down, not tonight. Your butt is grass and I'm the lawnmower. Turn tough talkers into no-showers. I don't talk family, I don't speak on your wife. Keep it clean, keep it right, this is real life. So next time you press record, show respect. Come correct or get wrecked, what'd you expect? This ain't for clout, this is legacy and pride. You cross that line, I'll see you on the other side.
What's up? Didn't know you were there.
So next
I'm streaming,
time
by the
you
way.
press record, show respect. Come correct or get wrecked, what'd you expect? This ain't for clout, this is legacy and pride. You cross that line, I'll see you on the other side.
This time. Uh-oh. I know you might be busy. Hold on. Good morning, guys. How is everybody doing this morning? How is everybody doing? Give me 1 minute, y'all. Let me how you doing? Might be okay. From Yeah, good morning. How is everybody doing this morning? By the way, guys, if anybody that wants to tip the stream, there you go, guys. Yeah. Hope everybody is staying safe, is doing well. Hold on. Give me 1 minute, guys. I already did. You don't have to come in there and look. I already did. No. Shay. Shay. Hey, Shay. Your mom forgot to turn off the water again. I already did. I already did. Just let you guys know about it. Yeah. You use the bathroom. I left it on though. John. All right. I'm sorry. I mean, you ain't did nothing. I left it on going. Oh. Hello.
What up, blood?
What's up, Krishan the Don? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Misfit Nation, the world's dangerous podcast, or greatest.
America's most dangerous podcast. But it's all right, Jake. I think we are the world's most dangerous podcast as well.
Yeah.
By the way, are you living with a sassy black woman?
No, that's my worker. I have a worker that comes here every day to clean.
Ah, okay. She sounds like a delight. You should put her on.
No,
put her on the show.
I think confidentiality prevents me from confidentiality rules.
Oh,
plus
yeah.
confidentiality rules, or what they call what's the doctors call it?
The Hippocratic Oath.
The
I think it's confidentiality.
Confidentiality agreement or confidentiality rules prevent me from putting her on the podcast. Her voice can be on the podcast, but unfortunately, because of legal reasons,
doctor patient.
Yeah.
But you can't show her identity, but she could come on and talk, but you couldn't have her say her name. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, I want to talk about this. Number one, dude, I've been making rounds on like people's shows, including doing stuff with Pete Santelli.
You're kidding me, Petey Santelli?
Pete Santelli, the guy that the world's greatest. Pete Santelli from I think he's from Ohio. He has a show every day. He was like on D Live and all that.
I have no clue who Pete Santelli is, but congratulations.
He's dude. He does what Jesse Lee does.
And, call people beta.
He also calls out. I think he had Roger Stone on his show before.
Oh, really?
Roger Stone. By the way, Keemstar. Do you know Keemstar is going to have on his show Local Live is going to have the real Tiger King on his show.
You're kidding me. That's gonna be great. I believe Keemstar seems to be a little light in the loafers as well. So
Yeah.
I think that might be a nice little back and
And
forth.
but here's the thing. Now his show is not good. He had one of his workers, Boogie, one night said the homophobic F word.
I'll be honest, I say that all the time, so I can't really hold it against him.
Yeah.
However, was
Also-
he in the
also-
midst? Was he in the midst of gay sex? Because that does change the context.
No, and then that's not even the crazy thing. During their fat camp, Wings of Redemption hit his wife.
His wife, what?
He hit his wife on camera.
Oh, he hit his wife.
Yeah, he hit his wife.
Oh,
on camera.
that was that fat guy.
Fat guy.
Yeah, and he pushed his wife, and she fell on the table.
Yeah, because here's the thing. The whole context was he was fighting with Keemstar about something, and Kelly was trying to get involved to try to block Wings Jordy for fighting Keem, and she got thrown onto the table.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think she kind of got in the way.
Yeah.
I don't know why women want to like get in the middle of two men fighting. So I think it is a little bit overblown that he hit his wife. I think he just was like in the middle of something and she kind of just tried to break it up. But her husband is like 600 pounds,
Yeah.
you know? And it's like, what do you think you're going to do?
Yeah,
Just sit back and shut, like maybe yell if you want, but you don't get in between two men fighting if you're abroad. I don't know why they do it.
Yeah, you know what, the one thing that I've always, by the way, you guys can watch Misfit Nation on Rumble, not YouTube anymore.
Well, hold on, Jake. We're on YouTube on our backup channel. We're gonna be doing a live stream tonight, but we are banned on our main channel. So we're moving over to Rumble very soon, though. So thank you for saying that, Jake. At the Misfit Nation, just look up at the Misfit Nation on all platforms. You'll find us.
Truck.
Put it
On the truck.
I'm not going outside. Larry, Bruno.
Was she promoting for me?
No, she was telling me she wanted me to put something on her truck. She's got cans. Do you know that 24 cans makes a pound?
I don't know.
24
This is what you
of them-
say. This is what you say, Jake, to her. Say, you're my worker. You
No.
do what I say.
No, because here's the thing. I don't say that on. I'm not like. Here's the thing. I also want to say this. I have so many people that back me up. I think, by the way, I might have, if you want to help me with something, there's a guy that does a podcast that does actually, you do a better podcast than Aaron Imholt of the Steel Toe Morning Show.
Oh, thanks. That's high praise.
But here's the thing. He was the one that got in some hot water with Kayla Ricada, the wife of Nick Ricada.
Nick Ricada.
Ricada Law.
He's a lawyer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nick Ricada. Sorry.
Oh, I know Nicky Ricada.
He's the guy that just got found with like 27 grams of cocaine.
Oh.
And he also he's going to be I just want to let you know that Aaron's wife did Aaron sent a photo of Kayla to Gino Pisconti, and by the way, Gino's also banned. He's also I've been doing a lot of stuff lately, Krishan. I've been doing a lot of stuff to promote.
It sounds like it. It sounds like you're a man about town.
You know what the thing is? It's like you got to do what's right for the business. If it doesn't make dollars, if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense.
Makes sense. Exactly. I say that all the time.
Yeah, and also, and you know what the thing is, what what I'm gonna do when this goes onto the YouTube, I'm gonna put your buy me a coffee in the description for you, so people could go to your buy me a coffee and support you and support the Misfit Nation.
Exactly. That's
I
buy
don't
me
know
a
how.
coffee at Misfit Nation.
Yeah,
I have another saying: if it doesn't make dollars, I don't want anything to do with you. So pay me.
yeah,
Is that good?
that's good. And also, you know what the thing is like I just made a tweet just a minute ago saying I might have Krishan the Don because I didn't want people to know. I didn't know if you were coming or not.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that. You're listen. You're a quick promoter because I literally said, "Hey, I'll be 5 minutes," and then I saw your post. Like not even a
I
minute
might
after.
have,
You're
yeah,
quick on the Twitter fingers.
yeah. I just did that because I didn't want people, I didn't, and then you say you weren't going to come, and I didn't want people to. I just want people to say, hey, this is great. Here's the thing: we're doing a better show than some of these other guys out there.
Oh,
You know,
right
I
now, absolutely. Well, that's the thing. You're right though, Jake. You don't want to make promises you can't keep. So
yeah,
if you were to go on there and say, yes, Krishan the Don is definitely coming on the show, and then who knows, let's say my house catches fire and I have
yeah,
to, I lose all my stuff. The worst part of that is you look bad to your audience.
yeah.
Exactly.
And that's I learned how to do that. I learned like if it's not promised, don't say you're gonna deliver because if you don't deliver, you look like an asshole about it.
Yeah. And you know what? It's a lot more gracious what you're doing than what I usually do is when somebody doesn't show up, I belittle them and make fun of them and call them cowards for not showing up to my show. So
Listen,
you
listen.
probably have a better track record than I do.
What the thing is like I agree. Here's the thing. I've had people hours before the stream cancel because they were sick. I had a person.
Mm.
I've had a person cancel because they were sick. They were sick. Because he was also ex-military and had also PTSD. So he's also been dealing with things. But
Yeah, I'm calling BS on that one. I think he was just
yeah,
trying to get out of doing the show.
but you know what? Now, like I said before, like I've told a lot of people that I've had in the past, I've learned a lot from this business. Years ago, I'm inviting people that I've had on the show from 2021 to come on my show on my 2025 shows because I'm doing a lot. I didn't have a lot of the stuff that I had before. I didn't have the confidence back in 2021 to do this. I didn't
Right.
have the confidence. I was just starting out, and I looked back, and Aaron Emholt was right. When Aaron was on my show, I didn't have confidence, and he was having to softball me a couple questions to help me, and
You don't want that.
yeah, and the thing is, it's like it's hard to do this where, and I'm gonna say this out loud. Aaron Emholt was when he was on Twitch, he wasn't going after the YouTubers. He was going after people like Bubba the Love Sponge. He was going after Howard. By the way, Howard, don't get me started on Howard Stern.
Don't get me started on Howard Stern.
And
that guy,
Howard, he's a piece of shit.
What a jerk he's turned out to be.
Yeah. So, by the way, I had to promote that because if people want to tip the stream, there's a Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal right there.
There you go. Because if it doesn't make dollars,
it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense to Jake Hudson. Let me tell you, I'll tell you from the flip side on my end. I think I came into YouTube with too much confidence.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm still waiting for somebody to kind of, beat that down a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's just like I'm surrounded by a bunch of useless pigs on the internet.
Yeah.
And they're a bunch of nerds and fat losers. And I'm not saying I'm better than them, but I'm just saying nobody's really giving me a beating. where
Yeah,
it's where I've lost the confidence. Really, YouTube gave me the beating.
Yeah, and you know what the thing is in 20. By the way, 2023, 2 years since I lost my channel. It's almost 2 years since I lost my channel over
Oh
some
man,
stupid shit. And you know what? I want
would you lose your channel over?
some guy that I had working with me. I gave him my access to my StreamYard, and he got mad at me one day, so he hacked my StreamYard and started playing pornography on my channel.
What?
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, and I'm gonna say this out loud. I'm not happy about what's going on in this world where people are starting some shit with me, and every time I try to fight, it's usually someone acting like somebody wants to act like that they're the bad person, and I wish people well, and that's something that I gotta promote is my life, and my life is been there. I've done that. I have the T-shirt to prove it.
Right, right. Well, that's why I was telling you on the last stream me and you did, where I
Yeah,
was like, I think sometimes, Jake, you need to learn how to stand up for yourself. Like you
yeah,
have the confidence. We all see the confidence,
yeah,
but we need you to actually believe in that. And so when somebody, fights with you or pushes back on you, you got to be able to, push back or at least
yeah,
stand strong to where they can't move you.
yeah.
So
And I want to say this: it's like you're when I do your show, and I wish that Skrill Kill was on the show the last time.
you know what though, Jake? Here's the thing with Skrill Kill. Let me tell you. Like you have to really like tweet him a lot. You have to get at him on X because X is where I connect with him. I have his phone
Yeah,
number, and if I can't get a hold of him on his phone number, I hit him up on X. So you need to like relentlessly tweet him on
yeah,
X. Like, and the
yeah,
thing too is he's usually on X around like 2 a.m, like around that time. So just tweet him a lot, and
yeah.
you'll get a hold of him.
Hey, you know what? And I do. And by the way, I have people like what made me stronger. Having James on my show, that was really that was a game changer for me because James is syndicated. He does all this stuff. His boss is Jesse Lee Peterson and Beta.
Beta.
Yeah, but so what's going on?
Wait, you had James Hake on your show?
Yeah, I told you. And by the way, I did send you. I sent you the video of me on Harrison Young.
Yes, you did. I didn't get to watch it yet, though. I'm gonna watch it.
Dude, it was like, here's the thing. What I was worried about is, what made me nervous is, doing a show like that and knowing that there's not going to be a payoff on it because he doesn't do other people's shows. Harrison doesn't do other people's shows.
That's funny though, because Harrison told me that he's willing to do my show. I just never reached out to him.
He does. I was told he never does people's shows. I was told.
Harrison is like kind of he. I don't know how to even put it because I don't want to be insulting to him because I really like Harrison, but he's a bit weird, and I mean this in a good way. He's a bit weird in that like you have to call his phone. Like he's not an email guy. He's not a internet guy.
You have to text him. You have to text him. You have to
call his. He literally calls your, and I love this actually about him. He called me the day before of our show just to confirm and check in with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I've never came across that before.
Here's the thing. He did that to me when we had, here's the thing. We were supposed to do one. We did ours at ECAT. We were supposed to do ours at Area 58, I think.
Yeah.
But the person got sick. So they said we go to ECAT, and I'm now a fan of ECAT because Carl from Who Are These Podcasts did a show with him. He's got everybody on his show now because he's got everybody on his show.
Well, honestly, Harrison, you remind me of him in a way. in that he really does like reach out and do the work. He does the groundwork.
Yeah. You know, and the thing is, it's like I don't have a producer. I'm sitting here doing this. You know, like I told I tried to get George Janko on my show, and his manager has been. His manager told me to call him, text him, and I did. With the thing, I've gotten ghosted.
Georgie Janko?
George Janko from the George Janko show. He was Logan Paul's best friend. He was Logan Paul's co-host.
Oh, I know who you're talking. The guy with the hat.
The guy who basically left the podcast because Bobby Lee made a joke.
What a dick.
Yeah. But I want to say that people who by the way, I did do on my audio platforms. I just did my pay-per-view predictions for WrestleMania.
Oh, I got to see that.
It's on the audio. So
can we go through? Go ahead.
Let me get the WrestleMania card for you.
Oh, you want me to go through mine? We could go back and forth.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing, and by the way, luckily I still have. Hold on, Let's go through Road to Glory WrestleMania 41 predictions. Luckily I still have that on the board.
What the H is Road to Glory?
It was just something that I chat GPT the title.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all right. We got Cody Rhodes. First, that's the main event of night 2. But here's we got a stacked card. We got a 2-night card. We have
somewhat stacked. If you mean by stacked, if by stacked you mean we have a lot of matches, yeah.
Yeah, and half of them are singles matches. And half of them are singles matches for no.
And half of them are gonna bomb. But continue.
All right, we have for the actually this is the set thing we're going. They have number 1 for Gunther versus Jey Uso for the world title is the number 1 match, the first match of the night.
Yeah, that's probably the best place for them because they're not going to be the main event. So
the main event is Reigns,
the triple threat,
and Rollins. For nothing.
It's for the sake of giving Punk a main event. That's all it is.
Yeah.
This is one of those matches that I actually believe is gonna fucking bomb and it's gonna suck. In reality, they're probably gonna give it to Jey Uso because they're gonna ride this little yeet wave. But honestly, I feel like it's already kind of died out during this build. And they just want to have the Yeetamania nonsense where everybody's yeeting in WrestleMania, and it's really just going to kill Gunther's like whole momentum. And Jey Uso's title run's not really going to mean anything. The crazy thing that I learned out of this whole feud is that Jimmy Uso is actually the better talker and the better wrestler out of both of them. Like Jey Uso kind of sucks. He's the weaker twin. He's the beta twin.
Beta twin. Right.
Beta twin. Let's get that hashtag going. Beta twin.
Beta twin. Hashtag beta twin. Number 2, by the way.
Who do you think? Wait, who do you think?
I think Jey Uso is going to win because I don't like. I think I like Gunther when he was I forget the guy's name. His
Ludwig?
old name.
Walter.
Walter, yeah. And I'm gonna say, and by the way, shout out to someone that did this really professional. Did this before we even started doing this stuff. Before we even went on YouTube. Kevin Castle, who passed away last week, I think.
Yes. We talked about it on my stream. Rest in peace to Kevin Castle.
Kevin Castle. He was a professional. Him and Don Tony were doing this before we even started. I was just gonna say I have to credit Kevin Castle as one of the people who like I wouldn't be doing podcasting probably if it wasn't for them because I started getting into podcasting through that show. So yeah, rest in peace. Yeah.
Great
All right,
loss to the podcasting
All
world.
right, this is a match that I'm.
Oh, by the way, real quick. Speaking of Ludwig, I think the best like where they kind of screwed him over was taking him away from sorry, not Ludwig, Gunther.
Walter.
Pulling him away from Ludwig was a bad idea because Ludwig
Yeah.
is such a great talker. He's not on the card, is he?
I don't think he's on the card.
Yeah, that's a fucking shame because he's honestly in the top 5 like
but,
best wrestlers in the company right now.
By the way, Dybeck is actually had a match over I think House of Glory against Fatu. Umanga's son.
Oh, look at that.
All right.
All right, sorry, continue.
The next match of the night. This is for the first title second title match of the night. It's for the World Tag Titles. We got Eric and Ivar versus Kofi and Xavier.
I want New Day to win it because they need it for their new heel run, and it kind of solidifies them, I think, as an actual real team where they always won the titles before and people can go, oh, well, that's because they had the gimmicks and they had the whole thing. It's like now that they're actually just a serious kind of team.
Yeah.
It actually solidifies them in storyline because it shows to them like, okay, we did it even as just us kind of thing.
I agree with you, by the way. I agree the New Day should win.
Yeah.
So we have Rey Mysterio. This is one of the singles matches for no payoff. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americanto, or is that Chad Gable? Is that Chad Gable repackaged?
Yeah, I believe it's just going to be. See, that's where I think this match would have been better as a mask versus mask match, which is where I thought they were going. But which they still have no because they're on Raw, right?
Yeah, that's Raw.
Yeah. They could at some point make it a mask versus mask. I think that would make it better. But honestly, I get the feeling that Ray's gonna win this. It's their little feel good moment. They want to. I think Gable should win it, just because he needs to win. Like they have him being such a loser that I can get behind this American made thing, but they're all just losers. They lose every match.
Yeah. All right. The next match.
What's yours? You didn't say yours.
I think Rey Mysterio is going to win.
Okay, so we're in agreement so far.
Yeah. All right. Jade Cargill versus Naomi, or also Naomi. Changed her gimmick so many times. I remember watching Total Divas and thinking that she wasn't good. Wasn't good with the Funkadactyls. And I think Jade Cargill is going to beat her ass.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. Naomi just isn't a natural heel. Yeah. She's a natural baby face. She's too. Yeah. I don't want to use the word likable. Well, yeah, I guess she is somewhat likable. And playing this thing, it just seems it's out of her realm. I think they got it reversed for some reason. I think Cargill is a natural heel. There's no way she's ever going to be an underdog. So, and also I see Belair as a natural heel. I don't see her as a baby face. But this whole storyline is kind of just annoyed me more than anything. And it's led to a lot of women having promo time, which
yeah.
But I'm going Cargill. I'm with you.
All right. So the next match is LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu for the US Championship.
Fatu's
got to win.
He's got to. I mean, unless they're gonna do a thing where he's like he just destroys LA Knight so bad that they just end the match and there's no decisive winner. But Fatu, he's just too unstoppable, and I want him to be unstoppable. I love LA Knight, but he's not the right guy to win that match.
Yeah.
Or he's not the right guy to beat Fatu. Let me say it that way. Go ahead.
By the way, I just want to point out that Here's the thing. I just want to let people know that me and Krishan, this is me and Krishan's opinion on the show. We're those fans that are telling you it's not gonna. We're not. We tell you it's shit. When we say shit, it's not good shit. It's bad shit. Matches. We think that here's the thing. We're not the Dave Meltzers. We're not the Brian Alvarez's. We're not the people that get paid by WWE just to tell you it's good.
Right.
Well, we're not. Here's the thing. We do this for the people. For like I said in my review, I don't. The only reason why I do this is for the fans, because you fans like when I talk about wrestling on the channel. I have a few people that like that. And the next match is Tiffany Stratton versus Ashley Flair. Charlotte Flair.
Ha. I think it's gonna be Tiffany. I think she's gonna retain. I don't really have much to say upon that, other than like they've been doing this whole thing that Tiffany's the future, Charlotte's the either the present or the past.
Remember the guy that I was telling you that it's Wade Keller was the guy I was thinking about.
Wade Keller, I know that name.
Wade Keller does a podcast, does like a wrestling thing, like what Dave Meltzer does. I was like blanking on the name. Then I remember
vividly.
Yeah, I screwed it. Like I was thinking something, but here's the thing: when I was doing these matches, I looked down and then, all right, who you said, Tiffany or Charlotte?
We're done with the Wade Keller thing. I'm gonna go Tiffany because she's the future, Charlotte's the past. That's the story they're telling, and Tiffany's titties look amazing.
All right, I'm gonna say Tiffany because we have we got a match that we brought this up in the beginning. Reigns, Punk with Heyman versus Rollins, and it's a triple threat for nothing, because this is Punk's way of getting into the main event of the evening.
Yeah, that's pretty much all it is.
They should have put this. They should have put this as the match one. They should have gave Gunther and Jey Uso this match and put them in this match in the pre-show or the first match.
I agree.
Because this is bullshit.
I was gonna say though, that kind of makes me believe that they may actually give Gunther they may actually have Gunther retain.
Yeah.
Because the whole thought was they wanted to end WrestleMania with everybody doing the yeet thing, but they're not gonna end WrestleMania that way.
Hey, ma'am. All right, hold on. Give me a minute.
I'll keep talking.
Sorry, I'm doing the podcast.
They're not going to end WrestleMania that way. So it makes me wonder if they're actually going to give Gunther the title. That way they're not upsetting people. Or they're going to give...
my roommate just told me there was an active shooter out at Florida State University.
Oh, really? We may have to have some breaking news here.
Yeah, but getting back to the card, did you get the Reigns, Punk, and Rollins match?
Oh, well, that's where I was getting to, because you heard my last thing where I said they're not ending the night with the yeet thing, so maybe they're going to give it to Gunther, or that means they may end the night with Punk winning to have a feel good moment to end WrestleMania with something good. Because then we'll get to the other main event. I don't think they're going to end it with a babyface win. So they need to have a babyface win, I guess, for night one.
Yeah, because in night two, it's going to be the main event of that is Rhodes versus Cena.
This is where I'm also looking at it too. I get the feeling that they may just go with the dark horse and make Seth win, to give it as like a oh my god moment. Like, that's random. And then WrestleMania ends with all the fans singing Seth's song. What about Seth? What about Heyman turning on both and joining Seth? I'm just
Sorry.
throwing it out
Hold
there.
on. Sorry, give me 1 minute.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I just want to let people so I think that, like I say, I think CM Punk is going to win with a fuckery with Paul Heyman.
You
Paul
think
Heyman's gonna
Heyman's
do some
joining with Punk?
Yeah, because that's what they have on the card is Punk management with Paul Heyman.
But that to me seems a little too obvious. I almost believe that Heyman may actually turn on Punk and go and actually,
Hello?
fully. Can you hear me?
All right.
I'll be right back, though.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. We have. All right. Love you. Hey. All right. You want to go to night 2?
Yeah. Wait. I don't know if I finished my thought there.
Podcast.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm fine.
All right.
All right. Slap her on the
Right,
ass. Send her on her way.
By the way, so we got the night 2. By the way, it's going to be happening on 4/20.
Oh, blaze it up.
Everybody's going to be blazed because it's also Easter.
Everybody's gonna be high.
Yeah. First match is Io Sky versus
Pass.
Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley.
I'll probably be going. Actually, I'll be late for this one. I'll tune in after. Lead this one.
I gotta say, I think I think they're gonna give it to Rhea.
Ick. I think they're gonna give it to Belair. Because I think they're gonna push Belair into the. She's gonna be a single star now. She's out of this whole tag team thing, so. And it's gonna give Cargill a target. Gives her 2 reasons to go after Belair now. Maybe it turns out that Belair was actually in cahoots with Naomi.
All right, next match: Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bailey and Lyra Valkyrie for the women's tag titles. And I'm gonna say this: this match is like, and like I said before, and I'll say this again. I think that they're putting 4 basic wrestlers together in this match.
Yeah, and they're hoping something good happens. This Lyra Valkyrie thing is just useless and boring. Bailey, everybody just wants her to be Bailey again, but she's like fighting the grain, going against the grain. She wants to be her own person. All right, cool. Go ahead and make less money, but find yourself, sure. And the rest, I just don't. I just women's wrestling is just a bore fest.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I'm gonna say that there might be some more. I think Morgan and Rodriguez. I don't know who. Here's the thing. I think Liv Morgan did a better job with the White Riot Squad back in the day.
I don't know enough to agree or disagree.
All right, you want to just say let's not do a prediction for that one because we both don't watch women's matches.
I'm gonna go Bailey and Bird Lady.
All right, Valkyrie and Bailey. The next match is we got AJ Styles versus the Suicide Force guy, Logan Paul.
I think I think AJ deserves a win. I hate using the word deserves, but AJ should get the win. However, if Logan's going to be somewhat of a future star after AJ's gone, then maybe give him a big win over a legend. That might be good for him. Give him some bragging rights.
So here's the thing. Number one, I want to say the next match. I think AJ Styles is going to win. I think Logan Paul is not going to. I know that Logan might want to retire soon because he has a kid, and we'll just the next match we have.
I'll be honest, I'm not a big hater of Logan Paul as a wrestler. I think he's actually really good as a wrestler.
Yeah,
His mic skills are lacking, but he's in the ring. He can hang with the best of
yeah.
them. So
All right. The next one is we have Rick Steiner's son versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Rey Mysterio's son.
I kind of want to give it to Ray's kid
Dominic, Dirty
just
Dom.
to do something ridiculous.
And it's for the Intercontinental. It's for the Intercontinental. Wait a minute. So, where's the female Intercontinental Championship match? Where's the female United States title match? Where's that at?
Maybe on OnlyFans someday. Let's hope
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, because
We'll get
by the
some
way,
use out of it.
yeah. Let me also tell you this. I think that WWE is, WWE could have used, here's the thing. Why don't they have a Stranger Things street fight? Why they don't have a logger match? They have a bunch of property that they could use from Netflix. Netflix has a
Stranger
lot.
Things.
But it's the TV show Stranger Things.
What would that entail though? That sounds like almost like some Wyatt Six shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Funhouse.
They go into the
match.
upside down and have a wrestling match.
Yeah.
They jump off the
this is-
ceiling.
Listen, here's the thing. I can write booking better than some of these guys that get paid a ton of money. Here Jeremy Borash works for them now. Jeremy Borash from TNA. Chris Parks works for TNA now.
You know what? we should get to this, right? Because I do think the Cena Cody Rhodes build.
We still have one more match before Cena and Cody and such.
What's the match?
Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, Drew Galloway.
Ah, fuck off with that garbage.
In a Sin
Useless.
City street fight. A Sin City street fight.
The only match with a special match type that I don't think anybody cares about. Damian Priest sucks. I don't care what
And Drew
anybody says.
Galloway, former ICW champion, former Impact Wrestling champion.
No. Drew McIntyre, I think, is good. I think he's a good wrestler. But Damian Priest confuses the fuck out of me. Can I tell you why? He's trying to be everything. Like he's like goth rocker, night devil, nightclub guy. But then, he has this like way that he cuts promos where he sounds like a rapper gangster. I'm from the streets, yo. And then he's like, but I'm also the biggest Puerto Rican representative. I love Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But I'm also I'm 6'8", but I'm also, I can jump and fly.
Yeah.
Like he's like everything. It's like just focus on one thing and be good at that.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like I'm gonna say this out loud, is I think that Drew McIntyre got, when he left and went to the independents, I think that he did better in the independent scene, in the British independent scene, in the Scotland independent scene in ICW, because he wrestled Joe Hendry. Him and Joe Hendry have a history. They had a match.
I mean, let's not discredit Drew McIntyre's since he's been back to WWE. He hasn't been the best, but he's been all right.
Drew Galloway. I'm gonna say
am I talking about somebody different?
No, Drew McIntyre is Drew Galloway. Drew Galloway.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought.
Drew McIntyre, but I call him Drew Galloway because I don't like McIntyre, because when you think of McIntyre, you think the jobber that was part of 3MB. He was part of 3MB, that jobber tag team.
When I think of McIntyre, I think of apples.
Huh? So the last match, we have the grandson of a plumber, Cody Rhodes versus
Let's go.
John Cena, and I think this is going to be one of those. Here's the thing. Me and you are going to say. Here's the thing. Cena needs this because he's tied with Ric Flair for 16 times.
Cena's got to win it.
Yeah,
And also, we need to put an end to this boring ass title run of Cody Rhodes.
yeah, because here's the thing. I loved that people that the marks out there, the Wade Kellers, the Dave
Meltzers.
Meltzers, the Mike Johnsons, the JD from NY206s, the guys that they'll come in their pants for this, but when it's like the truth is this is I Dynasty was a better card than this.
What was Dynasty?
AEW Dynasty, AEW's latest pay-per-view.
Listen, I'm not I think this card sucks too, but I would never compare it to an AEW card because those just like nobody knows 75% of the people on the card.
Yeah.
It's like at least there's like some star power on WrestleMania, but first off, this title run build has been like the whole WrestleMania build has been probably one of the worst builds ever to a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's been overhyped garbage. Cena should have been around way more. I'm hoping they're saving his dates for his title run.
Yeah.
Because I get it. Like, it'd be all right. Like, all right, if he wins the title and then he changes his whole persona and does the whole thing that we wanted him to do, then I'll be like, okay, it was worth it. Don't waste the title dates on stuff we already know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm getting the feeling this whole like Cena last run thing is just going to be a bunch of random spot dates. He has the title for a little bit. He may be the most we'll get is maybe like 2 consecutive pay-per-views.
Yeah.
But we're not getting a lot of Cena. Like,
Yeah,
I think he should have been cutting more promos, like recorded promos on Cody. It's like no effort in this build.
Yeah, and I just want to say that to the people that are going to be watching this, and say that we don't know our shit. We've been watching. I think Krishan said he's been watching since Attitude Era.
I've been watching since before. I've been watching wrestling since '93.
The year I was born, by the way, '93.
Look at that.
The year of '93. But I do watch a lot of older stuff. And by the way, the A&E network, the YouTube channel, A&E is putting up every episode of Most Wanted Treasures on their YouTube page.
Look at that. When did you start watching wrestling, Jake?
To be honest, I was watching. I think it was. I don't remember. I was at WCW. My mom wanted me to watch WCW. She was a big fan of Goldberg and all that.
So around 98, I'd say 98.
98. She said I had to do my homework before I got to do. I had to do homework before I got to watch WCW.
Brings back nostalgia.
Yeah, it's something that I love doing, but the thing is we're doing this is so I want to say this. The last time we were doing a show together, everybody was like, everybody in the whole damn show chat was trying to like, I love what I do. I love that, going and doing shows with people. And by the way, I just want to say shout out to the people out there that do this the right way. Here's the thing. We're working our hardest to do this shit. And by the way, I could have got. Here's what I was thinking about is asking you if we could have done a Rumble Studio show so we could do this on Rumble.
Well, I gotta finish the move over to Rumble. I'm still figuring out a couple last minute like technical issues. And then I want to get some new cameras. That's pretty much the last thing I'm doing because I want to have like a nice HD sharp, maybe 4K look to it.
I just want to let you know that we're gonna send the when we get the raid, when we get done, we're sending the raid over to a JLP host to Joel Friday. To Joel.
Oh, Joel Friday.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I love Joel.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Oh yeah, Hake is finishing up his show now, right?
Yeah, because he has
Ah.
to. By the way,
I wonder what song
we-
he's playing.
It could be non-copyright, but by the way, Krishan, we hit 2,300 subscribers. We're going to the 2,300 arena in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia.
Who got 2,300?
I got 2,300 subscribers.
You did. Look at that. Good for you,
Yeah.
Jake.
We're going to the 2,300 arena in Philadelphia on the universe 2,300 arena was ECW arena.
Oh yes, the Philadelphia
Yeah.
EC Dub. ECW.
ECW. I remember.
Go ahead.
You want to hear something funny?
Sure.
One of Paul Heyman said the only reason why the only reason why you were been champ for a long time because Triple H didn't want to work Tuesdays anymore.
Oh yes, I remember that when he roasted the entire WWE roster.
At one night only at that pay-per-view that he did.
Yes,
Bring
you
back
remember
ECW.
Sandman came out and was that the one?
It was,
And tonight.
unfortunately, they couldn't use it. Here's the thing. Do you know that there was like 2 shows that same weekend? Do you know that that Shane Douglas also ran a hardcore show?
Yeah, I did.
And that was I think. By the way, shout out to Terry Funk, and I also want to give a really big shout out to the fans out there that this is here's the thing. When people are trying to do this and you're saying, oh, we're shit, why don't you come on the air chair and do a show with us? You have Krishan, you have Krishan the Don, you have the Don of the Misfit Nation, and you also have the Jake of the HWO here, and you're over there. These people that are Wicked Warrior, these keyboard warriors, they'll keyboard. Oh, you're shit, dude. Why don't you get a StreamYard? Here's a referral link right there. You can use my referral link to get StreamYard.
He shared his referral link in the chat.
Yeah.
Get him a $10 discount.
And I get 25 out of it when they do the full thing. When they buy it.
Go ahead. Keep talking your shit, Jake. Don't let me ruin your momentum. Go ahead.
And so let me tell you something. Why don't you come to StreamYard? I'm doing it on an iPad with a good pair of headphones and bad internet. And here's the thing. Even a moron, even someone with autism could handle this. Even people that I've seen people. And so let me finish, Krishan.
Go ahead.
There's so many people that say, "Oh, Jake's just plugging his stuff." I'm plugging it to help people because there's these keyboard warriors that think that, oh, I'm shit, but I have a better show than you. I have Krishan the Don on my show. I'm the best, and you know what? It's better than. And by the way, have you sent my stickers out yet?
Not yet. They're coming though. Don't worry.
Yeah,
damn, Jake is checking everybody today. Listen, you got Jake Hudson, Krishan the Don on here, 2 fucking gunslingers ready to go. If you think you can come on here and do this, whatever this is.
So, hey, here's the thing. We always have an open seat on panel for you if you want to come on and do a panel with us. We always have an open seat. Just send me an email at plowdog26@gmail.com. My email is on my about page, by the way. Both my emails are on my about page.
On his about page.
And also, I want to say this: it's like, do you realize that half the people that sit in the chat they don't care what they said they could do better than us, but they don't.
You know what it is? It's Monday morning quarterbacks. That's what I like to call it. I just made that up, by the way.
Yeah, Monday
And-
morning quarterback. Actually, they come in the 11th hour to try to like say that we're shit, but you don't see half the things that we have to set up to do this. You know, you have to set everything up. You have to be professional. Wait for it, professional. And by the way, I have right now my setup is I actually have a Marty Jannetty figure. You know, one of those little figures that like the LJNs.
You're the guy.
By the way, I'll show you this.
Look at that. Little Marty
Marty
Jannetty figure. Oh, and his legs are all twisted up.
And also
Just like
got
real life.
a creeper. I got a creeper.
Ah, you're a Minecraft fan, huh?
Yeah, and also this is my first pop figure that I've gotten, but
Cool.
yeah, Ohana. But
I don't have my camera set up, but I got to show you something that I got. You're gonna
Uh-oh.
love it.
yeah.
Yeah. Next stream, I'll show you it. Remind me.
All right, when you get your camera set up. Sorry, it's the, you know. Here's the thing: a lot of these guys, they'll do shows and they'll have they said they have a special guest, and it's a person that is not a special, and then the special guest cancels.
You're saying most of these shows are a bunch of overhyped BS, all right?
Yeah.
Oh man, that was
Not
hilarious.
not Misfit Nation where you have Krishan the Don and Skrillkill on the scene.
And I am a special guest.
Yeah, and here's the thing. And by the way, guys, if people say, "Oh, you," by the way, if I have a little thing for everybody that say, "Oh, they want me to send them a sticker." I don't send people. Here's the thing: if you want merch, you can go to my merch page. You can go to my TeePublic page, to teepublic.com/user/HWO, or the links in the chat.
Yeah, nice easy URL.
Yeah, thank you.
What is WHO?
HWO, Hudson
Oh,
World Order.
Hudson World Order. Nice. You should get some
Yeah.
like NWO mock-ups, parodies.
I already had that. I already had that.
You do?
I've had
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
I've had School of Hut. By the way, actually, Raw is Jake, Friday Night Jake, my gamer logo, and also Rockin' 101 Fierce Steel Toe, a Jake effing Hudson. Some of these were done on paint, by the way. Some of the stuff was done on paint but
Well, don't give away your secrets. The artist never gives away his secrets.
It looks like shit. It looks like shit.
I see you got a Tukey shirt here.
2K. That's the 2K.
2K.
The
Can you explain something? Can you explain
What?
something to me, Hake? Sorry, I called you Hake again. Jesus. Sorry,
Sorry.
I was literally looking at Hake's stream. That's why. Sorry.
Yeah.
Jake, what is the Dabbleverse? Because I have no clue.
The Dabbleverse is basically, it's a community that talks about Stuttering John Melendez.
Oh,
It's a community that basically middle-aged men they have a lot of time in their day to talk about Stuttering John. It's Carl Hamburger from Who Are These Podcasts, Shuli Egar from the Shuli Network, formerly of the Howard Stern Show. You have so many people and then you have people that like Wendy is in that.
Who?
Wendy the Slow Adult.
Wendy the Slow Adult. I don't know who that is.
Also known as Wendy the R Word.
All right.
Of the Howard Stern Show. And by the way, guys, if you guys want,
What about Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice? I love Beetle. I love Beat.
Oh, we call
You
him
know,
Beatty? Little Beatty?
Hey, we lost. I heard we lost Crazy Alice
You're kidding me. Wait, who's Crazy Alice?
from the Howard Stern show.
You know, I was more of an Opie and Anthony fan.
Oh, and hey,
Howard Stern I liked, but it was more of the show I would watch.
hey, by the way, I've been talking to Opie about coming back on my show.
Opie was on your show?
No, Opie was supposed to come on my show last year, and then he flaked.
Please let me get on with Opie.
Yay.
I had a back and forth with him on X.
Yeah.
Because he was giving some political take, and I made fun of his political take. And then we had like a 1 or 2 message back and forth, and he ended it with, "I hope you enjoyed your time with greatness."
That's Opie for you.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, you haven't done anything great in 10 years, and you weren't even the great part of your own show.
But by the way, what do you think about Anthony going to WABC, and he had a show with Jim Norton and E-Rock?
It's good for him. I'm happy he's back. I'm hoping he's gonna put together more of a show, and I hear Jim Norton is actually joining his show, right? Like it's official.
Yeah, it's just him. Jim Norton no longer works for Sirius anymore.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't allowed to do audio platform. He wasn't allowed to do audio on his podcast because of contract. By the way,
Look, I wouldn't mind if Anthony just rebuilt the entire Opie and Anthony show without Opie.
By the way,
like,
look,
be great.
I brought me a coffee in the chat. By the way.
Oh, thank you, Jake.
And I'll set everything up when I get a chance. What else do? I said that's where I put it. We're gonna send you guys over to Joel. Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts.
Any final comments? Anything you want to promote? Anything you want to say to the world?
Just take care of yourselves and each other.
Yeah. And also,
Jake, I appreciate you for having me on. Thank you so much. It's always an honor to be on your channel.
Shows tonight?
Yes, we're doing a show starting at 8:30 on our backup channel. That's youtube.com/The Misfit Nation Podcast.
All right. And I also want to say a big thank you to Krishan the Don for showing up and part of this show. If you guys miss this show, because I'm not putting this won't be on a paywall. This won't be going on a fucking paywall for you to watch. This is going to be, you can watch the full live. Give it about 12 hours so the chat you can see the chat. Anything we say and do, we live like we do. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your week, and the rest of your month. Krishan, please stay in the back. Stay after we get done. We're going to talk to you about something.
Got you. And if it don't make dollars,
it doesn't make sense.
Out of here.
Guys.
Piss off.